All right, everybody. Let's bring us in for some Burning Wheel time. Welcome to Harvest Valley, where we're going to play some Burning Wheel and maybe farm, maybe kill some sentient mice, or bring them to justice. I'm sure they have a little mousy sheriff that we can bring our complaints to.
A mouse guard, perhaps?
It's
Right?
possible.
It could be. Well, Ashlyn doesn't really like to, she wants to be everybody's friend, and when those friends betray her and then poison her and her wife, it's not as good. It's not as good.
I mean, the
Um,
mice never asked to be your friend.
well, I mean, I asked them to be my friend.
Oh,
They
And
did steal our shit, though.
I mean, I was just trying to help them out. They didn't need to steal. They could have just asked nicely. But instead, they're like, no, we have to steal and also poison you. And I'm like, that's pretty fucked up.
It is.
All right, well, great. That's our recap of what happened last
Mhm.
week.
there was also a duel of wits that no one remembers.
There was a duel of wits, where we convinced the Winter Goddess that we would make her a replacement magic mirror so that Ash could continue to be a person. So I'm sure that's easy, right?
Oh yeah,
That's it. It's good because one of us has B6 or 7 enchanting skill, right?
yeah,
That's Ashlyn, right?
right. No,
Ah,
well I'm sure Uncle Bish just has one in his basement.
well, I just have to invoke the Night Wolf to make it. It'll be fine. Um. Okay, great. Well, then let's get started. Unless you guys had any. Well, we've been gone for a while. Like, how was your Christmas, holidays, New Year's, everybody?
It was
It's
really
pretty
good.
sweet. California is surprisingly warm. I got
It's
on the
true.
plane. It was 70 degrees Fahrenheit. I got off the plane. It was negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ow.
That's typical, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I keep complaining about how cold it is at like 40. Um, so because that's how California. Uh,
I was just really upset today because I was wearing my gloves and my fingertips were cold inside the gloves. I was like, why? Why is it happening?
That's super weird.
No,
I
it's
I am
not.
so I feel very weird because I am originally from the South, but I moved to like the northern Midwest, and I've taken to the cold just fine. I'm literally wearing shorts and a t-shirt in 18-degree weather.
Good
I'm
job.
made for
I'm
this.
impressed.
so I had an excellent holiday, so I don't want to like have this reflect on the fact that I didn't have an excellent time. But I went back to where my entire family is from, which is the frozen hellscape that is Michigan. Um, and that was cold, and I didn't like it. And I don't like the cold, and that's why I moved to the South. But you see, I must have pissed off the Night Wolf, me, Sam, because when I moved down south, right after I get back from Michigan, we have our first real snowstorm in like 10 freaking years.
mm-hmm.
And here's the thing about the South, they don't have plow trucks,
They
they
don't.
don't have salt trucks,
They don't.
They don't.
and people lose their damn minds when it snows.
They do.
Everything is closed here. Literally everything has been closed for the last 2 days. It astounds me. It's crazy talk.
What about
So
the
that's where I'm
7-Eleven?
No, like closed. The gas station up the road closed. McDonald's closed. Everything is closed.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't if I worked at McDonald's, I don't think I'd be paid enough to go out in the snow. But then
Fair
again,
point.
Agreed.
but then again,
McDonald's was open yesterday at midnight up here.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you're crazy and exist in way too cold weather.
It's true.
I mean, I'll keep my earthquakes and my nice weather, my mild winters.
You're too far north for the fires, right? You didn't get that, did you?
There were fires close to me, but not recently. The more recent fires were much further south.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Turns
The
out
thing I love-
California is a really large state.
It is.
It's bigger
The
than
thing-
most countries.
The thing about
Fact.
LA that I really like is the temperate weather along with the wind.
Mm.
The wind is extremely pleasant. It's my favorite part because it's really crisp and cold.
That was the part I didn't like about LA.
LA's also kind of I don't
That
know.
and the
It's like-
smog when I was the smog can get so bad down there.
Mhm.
Like the air quality just ugh.
I just visited once.
I visited multiple times, but you know.
I like visiting LA. That's what I'll say. Is visiting
Yeah.
there good.
Yeah.
I could never live in LA.
No. I live here now for a very specific reason.
Because the cold keeps LA away.
Yes. I think that's it.
I like this theory of geography.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Places are kept separate by how cold they are.
Mm-hmm.
Then we are
Places
very
all in
far
one place.
away.
Yeah. Mhm.
Very, very far away.
Very, very
Yeah.
far away.
Yeah.
Well. That's good. Sounds like we all had pretty good holidays.
Mhm.
I had a pretty good holiday. I got licked in the face by a little dog. He wasn't
Aw.
my little dog, so that made me a little bit sad, but we're still looking for a dog of our own. And
Oh, yeah.
but my lady's family has dogs and they were super cute. Anyway.
Yeah. My in real life Blades cult game is going fabulously. They keep getting better every week. They're new at the game and
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Are we losing him? No, you totally froze.
apparently it's so cold that even my internet is freezing. But it always did that. So what I was saying was my Blades players are very good.
Good. I love
Yeah.
Blades. I miss playing Blades. I do miss
I do
playing
too.
Blades.
Eventually you just like you play Girl by Moonlight and all of the surrounding stuff for so long that you're like, hey, but I want Electro Ghosts. Where are my Electro Ghosts?
Well,
Wait, you can't have Electro Ghosts and Blaze by Moonlight? What?
well, you can, but they're not like stock.
Oh. Well, you should recommend that you put in Electro Ghosts.
Just
Mhm.
just be like, hey, Andrew, can you put some like more Electro Ghosts in there? It'd be really great.
I'm sure he'd do it if you ask nicely.
I'm starting Blades next week.
Ooh, yeah, nice.
Yes, very exciting.
There
Wait, no.
is a Blades hack spinoff that is going to be showing up on this channel soon. TM. That I'm really looking forward to. I'll tell you more when I want to have some of the art done. Anyway, I need to poke my artists. Yeah, you know how that goes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty solid introductions.
I do have one question. When you poke your artist, do you
Yes.
use a more of like a blunt instrument, or do you think that like a having a nice pointy end
Oh,
works
you use a
better.
paintbrush.
I was gonna use a cattle prod, the jolt. of
Oh, the
electricity.
shocky.
Yeah.
A little shocky.
Yeah.
Oh man, we lived by a farm and fleet. My dad used to just grab them out of the barrel when we were a kid.
Wow.
Welcome to the Midwest, guys.
It's weird here.
Well, let's play some Burning Wheel. We
Yeah.
kind of went over things that have happened before, but we should always start with our bits. I might as well start since I'm the host and I'm already talking. So I'm playing Ashlyn, and she's theoretically a farmer. Her beliefs are: Rachel was poisoned by those adventurer mice. I cannot let this stand. I need to beseech the mice to bring those thieves to mouse justice. I cannot ignore my fields and duties as a farmer. I will maintain my crops. And between these talking mice and our charge to make a new magic mirror, I need to explore my magical powers. I need to actually explore my magical powers this time. Every time I make this belief, I wind up not using my faith at all. My instincts are always pick wildflowers or berries, always wake up at 6 a.m. sharp and never stay up past 2 a.m. in the morning, and always extend the hand of friendship to a new acquaintance, which is how we get in trouble with mice. My traits are opportunistic, tenacious, faithful, familiar face, and curse of the night. And let's see, how about Adam? Why don't you go next? Tell us about Esfon.
Excellent. My first belief is Ned and I need to continue our momentum with my house. Let's build housing for my sheep because they need stables to stay in, especially for next winter. My second belief is Ash can stay in Harvest Valley if we honor our commitment to the winter goddess. Ashlyn, Ned, and I must work together to rebuild the mirror. And my third belief is I must learn more from my teacher Addie, the town singer. My first instinct is when I get mad or upset, sing my heart out. Instinct number 2 is always take a horse with me when traveling. And 3, when there's a lull in conversation, tell a weird story, even if it's a conversation with Quiet the dog. Who's my dog? He's my sheepdog that takes care of my sheep. And my character traits are odd, crybaby, bad influence, curly hair, moldy, and affinity for sheep and goats.
Moldy is by far the best character trait.
I agree.
All right, and Sam, how about you? Let's hear a little bit about Ned.
So I am going to be playing Ned Rollins. Ned's beliefs are Ashlyn is clearly capable of taking care of her farm, but she always manages to get herself into some sort of weird trouble or other. I'll hunt down the mice that poisoned her and Rachel. I need to build a brewery to get started the drink that will bring me fame. I'll find a crew to help with the construction. And lastly, now that I have the ice grain, I will need to experiment to try to find the perfect distillation process. First step is to get some of this grain milled so I can experiment. Instincts: measure twice, cut once, aka always take my time. Instinct 2, anger leads to hate. Never let my anger get the better of me. And instinct 3, always make time to practice my brewing. My traits are Lord's favorite, man of few words, Louis Woo.
Awesome. All right, well, yeah, I'm gonna hand the reins over to Golden. Take it away.
Okay. So, I feel like you're probably all, you're probably all at Ashlyn's dinner table, and there's a pile of blue seeds on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's softly cold air wafting off of them. And at the bottom of the pouch, there was instructions for planting them.
Oh, is that still there or is that missing?
It's still there.
Okay. You said there was, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, there is. They say in order to plant these seeds, you must do so in the middle of the night. You must plant them on the last freeze of spring and harvest them on the first day of winter.
Well, we're gonna have to wait a while because winter just ended.
Right.
Well, we're a couple of weeks into spring, I thought.
Yep.
Didn't we miss the last frost though?
We went through the
No.
first thaw festival, but that's not quite the same thing as
Yeah.
the last freeze of spring, because the cold can come back after it thaws once.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Well, maybe I can divine when the last freeze is gonna be. I want to make sure that we can make the most of the seeds that we have. I know you're excited to get started brewing, but we need to make more grain if we're going to maintain a business.
You're not wrong. Can't be milling up the seed grain. Seed grain's very important. We'll plant this grain, and I'll get back that other grain.
I think we can negotiate with the mice. They talk to me even if they weren't very nice. But I think that means that we've got a chance to make them see reason and come to some kind of a accord between us.
Oh yeah, I'll talk to him. We'll have a
What
nice
do you think,
long
Esteban?
conversation.
You know a lot about animals.
I think with these mice, if there's anyone who can bring people together, it would be you, Ashlyn.
I'll try.
So the mice are actually on your roof, in case you forgot.
Yeah, in the
I
giant.
thought there was two different groups of mice. I thought that we got one mice and gave them a house on the roof, and then the other mice were stealing from us.
Like, we gave those mice a house on the roof, and then more mice came, and some of those more mice were adventure mice, and then those are the ones that stole from us. But I think they also live on the roof. Maybe.
But they're not the ones that we built the house for.
Well, that
originally.
is even a more dastardly deed. I feed them
Right.
and I clothe them and I give them a place to live and they steal from me.
They. I don't think that you fed them or clothed them, but you did give them a place to live. So.
I mean, these mice, they all just keep coming, more and more of them. They're not the same mice that we saw in the last festival. The little mouse house is getting pretty full these days, I think. I definitely think we should go and talk to them.
Want any help?
I feel like a mouse-wise check would be appropriate to determine where some mice are.
Sure.
And determine some mousy politics.
Mouse politics.
Yeah.
All right. I will try learning Mousewise. Let's see this.
Oh, I'll help.
Mousewise. How are you gonna help me learn Mousewise?
Well, we're just like talking about mice, and we're exchanging mouse facts.
With mouse-to-mouse resuscitation.
Kidnap a mouse and interrogate it. I'll give you a +1.
I don't want to capture a little mouse. That's
Okay.
it's not
Look, when it's
very
time to
nice.
catch them, we'll be tracking them down and hunting them.
Okay. What is my do I get a bonus from Ned helping me with his mouse?
Yeah, you can help us. It's all untrained.
Okay.
So you guys can actually help with your base stat, which is
Perception.
Perception. For
Wises
all,
are
for all
always
wises.
perception.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Is Esteban helping as well?
Can't only one person help?
I don't know.
No, everyone can help.
The risk of helping is that
Only
you
one person
become
can help in
entangled
mouse
in the
guard, I
failure.
think. Yeah, you get entangled in the failure. The more people that help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want to get entangled in this failure.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, what is my ob?
Well, what are we trying to say about the mice? That the mice where you live have some kind of authority over the adventurer mice?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds about what I'm trying to say.
Feels like Obs too.
Ops 2. Okay. Oh, I'm still wounded. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Always.
Oh.
And Roll20 isn't loading for me for some reason.
Well, I rolled 2 successes out of 4, so.
Wow.
Oh, I
At
guess
least
I
I
should
start learning mousewise.
should put this over here. Da 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 da.
You two have fun with that.
Oh, there it goes.
You know, as you do.
So, I think that while these mice do have authority over them, I think they don't anymore.
Mm. They used to have authority, but now these
Yes.
adventure mice have gained the prestige of having broken into the seed bank.
You might say they've leveled up.
Horrifying.
After talking it over, Ned's gonna like just be like, these mouses, they can't keep their own in line. It's time for an extrajudicial arrest.
Ned, what are you talking about?
I don't. You're not gonna hurt them, are you?
They poisoned you.
Thinking of that, actually, how is Rachel? Because we didn't really resolve that after.
Speaking of which, I got poisoned.
Now you roll a fort check for Rachel.
Okie dokie.
I believe she had a fort of 3. No, she had yes, a fort of 3.
Yes. That is what she rolled previously.
This is the Obs 1, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's totally recovered. There's no side effects from the poison
Good.
or
Good.
from any mousy diseases they may have.
That's bonus.
Yeah. But she is kind of upset that her vault was broken into. You think it may not be safe for mice at her house anymore?
That's not surprising.
Understandable.
We need to get the key back from them at the very least. I know Rachel is very upset about what happened, and
Yeah.
I worry that she's going to stir some trouble among the mice with her.
Rachel's probably explained to you that without that key, she can't close the door behind her,
Mm-hmm.
when she goes into the vault. And so she's had like a lot of construction at her house, like making an airlock that's like bolted onto the front of her lock. So she has something she can lock
Mm-hmm.
behind her and go inside.
Maybe we should talk to the mice on the roof and see if they can help us in any way to get the key back. You know?
I tell you what, Ashlyn. You know what this sounds like?
What?
Sounds like one of them things you like.
Good idea.
Adventure.
I guess I do like adventure.
So we'll
That's
go on a
true.
grand adventure to destroy the evil and nefarious mice.
I don't think they're evil though. I don't really want to destroy them. I just want to get the key back.
You have a very interesting concept of morality. I didn't realize poisoning people and then robbing them was a thing that good people do.
Well, I didn't say that. But maybe you're right. I don't.
Excuse me, good mouses. Don't mean to be not inclusive.
Right. Well, I still think the mice in our living on our roof may be able to help us.
And Esteban's just standing like in like the center. Like, what's this table like? Is it round or is it like sort of rectangular?
I picture
like,
it's
benches?
rectangular and fairly long.
Yeah. So I'm just like sitting in the middle. I've like taken up an entire like bench all to myself,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, do you consider Dr. Donna a beneficial poisoner? Because she if she poisons people and takes their money, then I still like Dr. Donna.
Does she poison people?
Are you confusing poisoning people with healing them?
Maybe. Yeah.
No, those
Yeah,
are
let's go
not
with
the
that.
same thing.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Look,
I
let me
mean,
just
there's
say,
a lot of alcohol in that lab of hers.
I don't think she's drinking it.
Yeah, no. Not that kind of alcohol. You know. But just think about it. Don't come to a conclusion. Just think about it. And I like Dr. Donna.
Well, here's what I think. I think that the longer we wait, the harder it'll be to track down these mice. So I tell you what, you go talk to the mice upstairs,
Okay, I can
and
do
I'll
that.
try to track the mouses to their houses.
Cool. Where should I go? And I just like put out like both of my arms, like waiting for somebody to like pull me along.
I'm just looking
Somebody
at
take me somewhere.
I'm just looking at Ashlyn like,
You can come with me, all right?
Okay, great. So we're going up to that beautiful roof that Ned made.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool, we got
How
a
do you get
ladder.
up there? Ladder?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a steep roof that you made for them, Ned?
my roof was according to classical roof specifications. I don't know. Do they get a lot of snow here?
Enough, yeah.
Then it's probably somewhat steep because you need to have an angled roof if it snows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sounds like we need a climbing test to get all the way to the top of the roof safely. Do you have any skilled climbers in this party?
No,
I
I've-
almost
I've-
think I might.
I've already fallen off one roof because I don't have a climbing skill.
I
That's
remember
I'm
that.
learning
That's
climbing.
that's why I'm injured.
Ah.
I don't have climbing, but I do have climbing wise.
Wait, really?
That's useful.
You have. All right.
Well, tell us, Adam, how do we safely get to the top of this roof where the mouse house is?
Well, we probably need two. We probably need two ladders for one thing. We need a ladder to get to the edge of the roof, and then we use the overhang, like the upward overhang of that ladder, to secure the next ladder to get to the top of the roof. And then from there we can just straddle the peak of the roof and then get to the mouse house.
I do.
Is it
All right.
is it perhaps common that there are ladders left on roofs so that you can get up them?
Well, there's got to be a ladder somewhere nearby because I finished building the roof like a day ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty accurate. Dang it, no. Sorry.
All right. Why don't you give me a climbing wise check, Adam? If you succeed, then it's just normal for houses to have ladders on their roofs.
Excellent.
If you fail, you have to take down this ladder after you're done using it.
Okay, for sure. Am I getting help?
I don't think anyone can help you. You're the only one who knows anything about climbing.
Cool.
I'm still very confused as to how Esteban ended up having climbing wise.
Look, it's from a shepherd being a part of my dreamer life path.
Ah.
So I got the wisest of all those skills, which is why I have animal husbandry from being a groom,
Mhm,
and animal husbandry wise from
mhm.
being a shepherd.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
Cool. No modifiers. No Artha. Let's hope for the best. What's my obstacle?
I think it's Abs one.
Okay. Let's try our luck.
All right. So there is a ladder that goes all the way up the roof, right to this big wooden float of a flower. I believe you said it's like pointing up and opening into the sky. Did you paint the flower at all, or is it just wood? Look like wood.
Yeah, it was
Didn't
painted.
they? Yeah.
Yeah, we painted it all the bright colors to be a
Cool.
dandelion.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I forgot that it was like a giant dandelion.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Or I guess it was a daffodil, not dandelion. That's the right flower.
That's right.
Yeah. Because
I've gotten those
I don't
confused so
think it
many
was a
times. Yeah.
dandelion. Yeah, I was like,
Both yellow flowers,
Mhm.
perfectly
One
identical.
of them very much hated by people who have to maintain their lawns. The other loved.
The funny thing is, I said dandelion, but I was imagining a daffodil. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
Same.
same.
Always get those two mixed up.
I was just imagining running around kicking daffodils. I mean dandelions. They're really fun to kick, just so you know.
They are pretty fun to kick. I will definitely grant you that.
Mhm.
All right, so I won't make you guys roll to get up the roof. I think you guys are you all going up the roof?
I'm tracking the mices.
Yeah, it's just Ashlyn and
Esteban.
Esteban.
Okay, so are you both going up the ladder, or is it like one of you yelling from the ground.
It's probably like one of us are on the ladder at a time because these are probably like wooden ladders and you don't want to put like too many people's worth of stress on it. So
Okay.
I probably go up the ladder first and then like get up on the second ladder that's on the roof. And then I'm looking down at Ashlyn and saying, okay, I think I've got my bearings up here. I'm going to keep going up. Come on up.
Okay.
And then she comes up.
Okay. So you get to the top of the roof, and I think Esteban, you're the one that sees like they had a guard posted on the edge of the roof, and they see you start coming up. Like maybe a dozen mice run across the roof and into the giant wooden daffodil, and they just disappear in like the folds of the wood.
Oh no. So Ashlyn's still coming up and I'm saying, well, I came up here and they all ran into the house, so I think you know where we stand with them so far. So let's take care of that.
All right. Hello. We just wanted to talk.
So mice are still very shy. Why don't you give me a persuade check to get the mice to come out and talk to you?
Okie
The mice have a will of 3.
Persuasion. Oh, poops. Are you helping me, Esteban?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For sure. I also have
Can
persuasion.
I fork myself some farming wise?
Sure.
And I don't know, is adventure wise pushing it?
No.
Okay. And finally, maybe some grain wise, because we're talking about grain that got stolen.
Sure.
Beautiful. All right, I might actually be able to make this roll now.
Okay.
If you succeed, you'll get to talk to someone in authority. If you fail, you're gonna talk to like the town idiot.
Okay, good. Let's go.
There's a whole city of
What?
mice. That's great.
What?
I am ready for delicious.
What?
No sixes.
No, I'm not going to
Invoke the night wolf.
I'm not going to invoke the night wolf here.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Good news though, I just got better at persuasion.
Yay.
Yay.
So, that's nice.
Improvement.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess the village idiot comes out to say hello.
I mean, we say comes out, but really it's more like falls out. You see a mouse just like climbing up to the top of the butt of the flower to look at you, and then the mouse just like slips and scampers a bit, but it can't like sink its claws into the fresh paint and just slides off the daffodil.
Can I catch it?
And yeah, you can catch it.
Oh, are you all right?
Oh, squeaks in surprise.
Here, let me put you back up there. We just wanted to talk to someone.
You're Ashlyn.
Yes, I am. I'm glad you recognize me.
You built this nice house for my whole family. Thank you.
We've we had a problem with some of the other mice that have come. Self-declared adventurer mice. They stole from me and poisoned my wife.
Adventurers? No, that's why we kick out adventurers. They're not allowed to live in Mousetown.
Do you know where they go?
They go to the Robin Woods.
Where are the Robin Woods?
I think there's a mouse name.
Ah. Gotcha.
Ooh, can I figure out?
Sure.
Because I've lived, like, if we think about it, I've lived in a whole bunch of different places across Harvest Valley. Because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I want to figure out what the Robin Woods might mean. So I'm like trying to think of where I've seen a lot of robins and those sorts of birds.
Okay. You can make a perception test, I suppose.
Mhm.
Do you have anything to fork into this?
Can't fork into stats usually.
That's true.
You're right. Oh no. You don't have any relevant wises.
I don't think so.
You could roll instead.
It could just be like Harvest
Okay.
Valley wise.
That's what perfectly what I
Yeah.
was thinking. I
Mhm,
want to
mhm.
start learning Harvest Valley wise.
Okay, we can start learning Harvest Valley.
Although that could be a very dangerous game breaking skill. But I also have Hardlands wise that I'm learning soon.
No, didn't we have like what are we in, like Manchester something?
Stockchester is the name of the city.
Yeah.
Harvest Valley is the name of the general broad area.
Yeah, you can have Harvest Valley wise.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to learn it first, but
Harvest Valley wise.
To figure
Cool.
out where Robin Woods is, I think that's like a detail, isn't it?
I would say so.
That's Ops 3 for a detail, if I remember correctly. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
If you succeed, you'll know where Robin Woods is, and you'll be able to lead your friends to their hideout. If you fail, you're going to lead your friends into a trap if you try.
Perfect.
Cool. I'm going to spend Artha on this.
Okay.
And my ob is 3.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
I mean, you're halfway there. You got 1/6.
Let's see if I can get
So
the rest of the
close.
way.
Probably
And if
not.
I don't, I'm just
Ooh, that's
I got
pretty
another
good.
success. So let's put Artha into my
Okay.
perception, which is the one that I really want to put Artha into for sure.
Okay. All right, Robin Woods. Is going to be right outside of town where I'm pinging. It's less of like a forest and more like a grove of trees on the outside of town. Let me see here. Yeah, it's near Anthony's house. Anthony's the dyer.
Mhm.
And there's like this grove of trees that bird watchers like to go and look at because there's always, different kinds of birds landing in there. It's like the best place for bird watching around here. And it's relatively, uninhabited because people, it's not the nicest part of town.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks nice, but it smells bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because of Anthony's. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so you wouldn't be able to smell
Business.
the mice there.
Mm-hmm. So what's the catch of this roll?
You're gonna, if you try and bring your friends there, you're gonna lead them into an ambush.
I'm sure we don't know that though.
It's up to you guys if you know that.
I'm gonna lead my friends into an ambush.
Okay.
Friend. I'm not there. I'm tracking the mouses.
Mm-hmm.
So sure, the lone idiot mouse, is in your hand, right?
Yes.
He takes off like a straw hat and holds it in both of his mousy paws. And says, "Miss Ashlyn, can you do my family a favor?
What kind of a favor?
Can you bring that nasty tailed creature with you?"
What are you talking about?
A thief that comes in the night. He looks like a person, like you and your friend, but he's much smaller. I've got to tell.
Smaller and he has a tail.
That sounds like Ned's monkey, who I'm trying to find the name of and I can't find it anywhere.
Jinx.
Jinx.
Oh, that sounds like Jinx.
Jinx.
Yes. And I'm so sorry I didn't get your name. You knew me and I didn't even find out your name.
Muted.
Sorry, my mom is.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Hashtag double muted.
Am I double muted?
No, you're
No,
fine now.
you're good.
You're fine now.
The mouse says, "My name's Tommy."
Oh, Tommy, it's good to meet you, and thank you so much for the information about where we might find these adventurer mice.
Good luck. Be careful.
Of course.
Sometimes they come back to town, trade what they've stolen.
Will you let us know if that happens?
Well, it could be dangerous, but okay.
Okay.
And he kind of looks down, like off the edge of your fingers. Puts his like hat back on, but it's
Here.
like he's too afraid to jump.
Let me get you up as high as I can.
Okay, so you put him on top of the daffodil.
Yeah, like towards where the door would be or whatever. Yeah.
Am I still here? Okay.
You're still here.
Um,
You're still here. You're
yeah.
still here. You're good.
Yep.
My screen went black for no reason.
Oh.
That's always upsetting.
It made the USB ding ding sound. Okay, so yeah, he scampers onto the daffodil, and then he climbs down into its folds.
Okay, Ashlyn, I have a friend near the Robin Woods that he was talking about. So I can take us there.
Okay. Well, let's see if Jinx will come with us.
Yeah. Let's take Jinx with us. And then we figure out how to get down in this very tricky,
Yeah, you just
because it's way worse to go down a ladder than it is to go up a ladder, and this is a pretty tricky situation. Yeah.
It's okay. We don't have to roll for that. There's just some hilarious antics
Mhm.
where you guys are bumping into each other on the ladder.
The Benny Hill music plays.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Because you know what happens is two mice chase each other across like the like peak of the roof, and then
Exactly.
we actually climb up and down the ladder several times.
Yes, yes.
And then the
that's-
mice scamper up the ladder. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
for sure.
And then we go in the mouse house. Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, technically it's a float, so you could go back in if you want to.
yeah. There's this forced perspective thing where we're running along the peak as small as the mice. Yeah, yeah.
And it turns out to all be a painting by Tommy the Mouse.
I love it. Yeah.
And you're safely on the ground.
Mhm.
Is Ned still around?
I'm trying to track these mice,
Oh, okay.
the adventurers.
You want to track them down.
Yeah, so that
Okay.
I can hunt them.
So you'd have to start in the city, and because you don't know where to pick up the trail here, right?
Don't
you
I know that they were at the place where my seeds were? Or is that in the city?
That's in the city. That's
Okay.
at Rachel's bank.
Sure.
You'd have to pick up the trail at Rachel's bank. I think Jinx actually comes with you.
He usually does.
Yeah. So Ashlyn and Esteban don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
so yeah, you're gonna try and track the mice down. Okay. I assume you have a tracking roll or hunting or something.
They're both our skills. I'm actually a little bit. Let me look at what the difference between hunting and tracking is. I'm actually a little bit unclear on what that difference is.
Okay. Tracking is the ability to follow prints, impressions, and traces through the wilderness. Hunting is used to capture or kill prey in the wild so that you can consume them.
I think I want to track them down and then capture them. So it's probably a tracking roll, and then once I find them, like a hunting roll to set a snare or something.
Okay.
Does that seem reasonable?
Sure.
So my intent is to like follow their trail and hopefully like be able to sneakily set some sort of ambush outside of their camp or whatever.
Okay.
In this game of Mouse Guard, I'm the bad guy.
So let's say if you succeed, you want to lay a trap.
So I don't know. It's up to you. I'm willing to just roll hunting and just do it in one roll and just be like, I want to set a trap so that I've got these mice captured. Or if you want me to track them and then hunt them down, that seems like your call.
I think you have to find them first. Unless you meet up and find out where their base is.
Presumably, I'll run into Ashlyn and Esteban eventually if I'm following the right trail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think if you fail. Wait, did I just? No, hold on. If you fail,
I've got a suggestion.
you're gonna find their old lair.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. I was thinking they would ambush me, but I'd prefer to find
actually,
I like finding their old lair. That's a really good consequence, I think.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I'm rolling. First off, what's the ob here?
It's gonna be OBS 3. You're not trying to identify animals for your tracks, and you're in a city, so it's not exactly soft earth.
Has it been raining? It's spring.
Sure, does that help
Spring
you?
thaw. Yeah, because Prince over soft earth is ob 1.
But they're so much smaller.
I mean, I think it's fair to say ob 3. I'm just bickering.
Yeah. No, because they're sometimes they'll walk on stone or on like wood, and really that's not going to leave prints.
Yeah,
no matter how
fair
much you're
point.
running.
Fair
So
point.
go ahead and roll your tracking. and you can fork things into this, I assume.
Yes. I would like to fork hunting.
Okay.
Stealthy, because I'm specifically trying not to be noticed by them while I do this.
Sure.
And orienteering? Finding my way. Well, I guess I'm tracking them through the city, so probably not orienteering.
You have to go out of the city if you actually get the right track, so sure.
Okay. So 3 forks. Come on, tracking. I'm actually really pretty good at hunting and tracking, believe it or not.
I believe that.
Other than carpentry, this is kind of my best thing.
Yep.
Base up 3. Oh,
Ooh.
got a 6. But I also only have 1 fate point. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, spend it.
Ah!
No!
No.
Oh, it was so
Invoke
cool.
the-
Could have
The
had-
night wolf?
No, that's
Do you
me.
have that?
I don't have it.
No. I'm
I
the only
was-
one with the night wolf because you got yours cured.
I
know.
never showed up to town in time to get cursed by the wolf.
Yeah. Things have become more laid back since then. There's only talking mice now.
It's only talking mice now. Yeah, that's very laid back.
Yeah, so you're following these trails and you find out, like, you find the smashed pumpkins around the outside of the bank, and you see like there's traces of like mice habitation in them, and so you keep like following like parts of the pumpkin, like there's like this trail of pumpkin seeds and other pumpkin guts, and you end up following that to the clock tower.
I think we get like lots of like moments from like TV shows where you have like a person tracking where it's like, you know, we get like little like scenes of Ned like walking interspersed with him like poking his finger in the pumpkin and like smelling it and like just doing weird stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, like at one point, like you move this rock and there's like all these mouse prints underneath.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm on the right track.
So I'm at the clock tower.
Yeah. And you follow the prints and they go up to a section of the wall. You look around and it looks like you probably saw where Ashlyn fell earlier. And the mouse prints like lead up to the section of the wall and it seemed to go into this hole and like a knot hole in the wood.
Mm-hmm.
And if you touch the wall, you would find that it's kind of flimsy, and it, you know, it rocks back and forth if you touch it.
I'm gonna bust down the wall with my wood axe.
Okay, seems like axe skill.
I actually don't have that skill.
What's
Do you have wood cutting?
I have tree cutting, which
yeah,
is
you can
wood
use tree cutting.
Okay,
Let me see.
I'll use either, whatever you think is more appropriate.
Axe is usually like a combat skill, and you're not fighting.
That's what I was thinking.
Let's see here. Tree cutting. Yeah, be Ab's one.
All right. Can I fork in carpentry for knowing the right place to hit?
Sure.
All right.
If you fail, though, you're gonna collapse part of the tower on you.
That's great news.
Kill it.
Okay.
Yay!
You're
I
fine.
don't fail.
So your axe like breaks into the deadwood and it just splinters away, and I think you recover the seeds and the rice that were stolen from the Rachel's vaults, including the ice seeds.
But not the
Da,
key.
da, 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 da.
Yeah, but it seems like the mice no longer use this as anything other than like a safe house to hide things in.
Gotcha.
You find a small collection of tiny mice swords
Oh, I take those
and
swords.
some like little leather outfits, including like a mouse armor, mouse banded with leather armor, and you find also you find a collection of tiny gold coins.
You know what's good about this is that I happen to have a recently emptied pack from when I dumped my traveling gear to put that whiskey in. I'm
Nice.
gonna take all of this stuff: the mouse swords, the mouse clothes, the mouse fits,
Yeah.
mouse coins, mouse,
Mouse
armor,
fits.
mouse fits.
Yeah.
Not outfits, mouse fits.
Mouse fits.
You also get a tiny mouse chest. It's about half an inch. You know, it's like the size of a matchbox. In fact, it is a matchbox.
Is there anything inside?
You have to break open these like plant fibery ropes around the outside. It looks like they've been connected with some kind of tiny elaborate lock.
Is it like difficult for me to do? I mean,
How do you do it? I mean,
I'm a full-sized human person, so
Yeah.
I would just break the ropes made by teeny mouses.
okay.
And you said
That-
there was like a locking mechanism in addition to the little vine ropes,
It's
or
like a tiny padlock.
Okay. So here's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to like break the padlock. I'm just guessing that since the like chain that the padlock is on is so much smaller than I am, that I can essentially just like snap the chain off.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? Is like instead of going after the lock itself, you just break the chain.
All right, but the
Makes
problem is you don't want to really break what's inside, right? You gotta be kind
Correct.
of delicate here. You
Correct.
can use your human strength, but you also have to use your human dexterity.
I have a curious question.
Yes.
How's Ned's eyesight? Like, do you have like good enough eyesight for like really like nearsighted small things, or is your eyesight just like a little?
So
Tweaky.
what I'll say is I have approximately 1 dice more than average eyesight because I have B5 perception.
Nice. All right, so I'll let you try and open it with an agility check.
I mean, I also have B5 perception, so.
I don't.
B4 is average, so
Yeah.
we both have 1 die more.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to like equate it to a yeah, sure. I'll make this agility check. What's
It'll
my
be
op looking like?
2 + 1 because it's so small and delicate.
And what does failure look like?
Oh, you're just gonna smash the matchbox and damage what's inside. Not damage. Damage is perhaps the wrong word, but it won't be in the condition that you would prefer.
I guess I'll
You-
spend a
You can get a +1 die if you can tell me how you're dealing with your huge human size.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I have little mouse swords, so I'm
Yeah.
using them as levers.
Oh yeah, that works. That's
Like, because
Yeah.
normally, like, you would break a chain by like putting something in one of the links, but I wouldn't have like most of my tools would be too big. So I've got this little mouse sword that I'm like using to break the link.
Yeah, I'll give you a +1 for that.
Awesome. I won't spend the persona then.
but you have so much.
Should have spent this persona then, shouldn't you?
Well,
So you're kind of like clumsily like trying to snap these vines off, and you open it up, and it just kind of like pops open, and these like little tiny like 1/4 inch bits of just like dust start floating away. They look like some of them are like black and shiny, and some of them are they look like bits of skin or fur.
Is this like a reliquary? uh,
You can maybe get some of them, but you're gonna lose most of it.
all right, I'll try to gather up what I can.
Okay.
And I'll like wrap it up in the mouse clothes or something.
So after you like get a few of them, like you see like the little squares of like leather or the chitin of bugs, and it looks like there are like designs carved or painted on some of them.
Intriguing. All right, I'll take what I can get, and then I probably have realized at this point that other than this stuff, it's probably a dead end. So I'll after that, I'll probably head back to try to find the other two.
Sure.
Where are we at?
You're on your way to the Robbinswood, and
Yeah.
I think you go back on your way into town. You know, Ned's coming out.
Mhm.
We're
We're on my horseback, and this horse's name is Pickup because it's a Harlequin horse, which means it has like dark spots. And the reason it's called Pickup is it's named after 52 card Pickup. So it just
Ah.
looks like the pattern is like exactly like spades and clubs.
I was gonna say
just,
the
like,
pattern
all
is
over the floor.
exactly like when you dropped your deck of cards on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
And-
talking about. Yeah. Because it's like a reddish orange too, or a reddish
Okay.
black. So
Okay.
it's like the net is like that in between color of black and red.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when we see like Ned coming back into like back towards the farm, with Jinx, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Um,
Jinx, by the way, really seemed to be interested in the tiny mouse clothes.
I'll give him a set of mouse clothes to play with.
Yeah, he plays with them, and when he sees Ashlyn and Estevan, he like has a little pocket in his monkey vest, and he puts them in there.
Oh, I'll also give him one of the little mouse swords because it's probably like a monkey-sized dagger.
Oh yeah.
So now he can be armed and dangerous.
Well, I think you're several orders of magnitude off still,
Yes.
but
All right, never mind.
it's like a monkey-sized toothpick.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
I don't think monkeys use toothpicks,
they do now.
but I think he'll like use it to like pin like the mouse shirt to his vest.
Classy.
Oh, hello there, Ned. We were wondering if maybe, we're gonna go out to, we're gonna go out to the Robbinswood. We think that's where the mice might be hiding. Do you want to join us, you and Jinx?
Yes, I would love to. And I found some stuff. And I'll show them the stuff which I hath found.
So yeah, you guys see the tiny mousey stuff.
And the grains.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we
You've
all
got it
head out
back.
together into the woods.
Okay. So yeah, it's like just imagine like Psycho City Park. There's probably a dozen trees here. you're walking into the middle when
I got an idea to pitch for like the scenery here.
sure.
I think there's like park benches here, but since nobody wants to be here because Anthony's shop is so like chemical smelly, the park benches have gotten overgrown with ivy, and you can't. It's like the kudzu vine situation where it's just completely overgrown, but there's like this bench-shaped plant thing every so often.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think the vines are dead because they're left over
Yeah.
from last year, and just no one's bothered to clean them up yet. But yeah, there's all these. It's like this overgrown park that's been disused.
Mhm. We even avoid it during like summer turning and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, where everybody comes together to take care of the parks. This is not a park,
Right.
in our opinion.
And there's definitely the sound of birds everywhere, like even this early in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a place where just birds seem to love. And looking up, you can see why. Like these trees are all fruit trees, and
Oh, that
like
makes sense.
cherry trees and like lemon trees,
Pear trees.
and nut trees, like probably hazelnuts, or I'm not sure what kind of nuts birds eat, but there are those kinds of nuts, and there's like sunflowers also among the kudzu vines.
hmm If this place is anything like the place where I live, there's definitely like a small pond where there's a pear tree, and crows just like gather around and like just steal all of the pears.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's where like all of the crows hang out at.
Yeah, but it's spring still, so there's
Mhm.
just like lots of flower buds right now.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, you guys enter this grove and you start looking around, and you can hear like rustling in one of the trees, and then like every bird in the tree flies away. And looking up into the branches of the tree, you can see a couple of mice running across one of the limbs of the tree.
They're up in the tree.
I could bring him down.
How?
They're up in the tree.
Are you gonna knock down the tree?
Well, I didn't say I was gonna. I said I could.
Well, there's gotta be a better way.
Yeah, I could. I'm almost thinking we could climb up there, but if we are going to be in the same situation that Ashlyn was in, and I'm probably just going to get poisoned too. So I almost don't want to do that option.
It's hard to poison someone when you're falling out of the tree.
But I don't want to fall out of a tree either. I've fallen out of a tree before.
I'm still not recovered from falling off the roof.
Which is why we should bring him down here, not go up there. You see, mice have not a lot of mass. So when they fall, it's not as bad for them.
I don't know how that works.
Neither do I.
Okay, well, if you think you can get them down, it's worth a try.
All right, so we're all on board with me chopping this tree down?
Yeah, I'm not going up there again. The last time that happened, I fell into
Are you sure they're not
nonsense
just
and-
gonna jump to a different tree?
I'm in metal.
If you look up in the branches,
that
you
quickly.
can see that there are. That's possible.
Hmm.
Like the branches of the trees are interlocking. But they're in this tree.
Hmm.
Ned, I have a proposition for you. You chop, I pull. And we can do
I'll
this as
stay out
quickly
of
as
the way.
possible.
I don't see how that's gonna stop them from jumping into the other tree, but all right.
I'll keep
We
watch.
can- We'd just be doing it faster. Then they can jump into other trees from.
Now, I don't mean to be insulting, but I don't know that you're gonna help me get any faster. I'm pretty good at chopping down trees. It's kind of my job.
And I'm like, if I pass a rope to this tree and you are chopping from the other side, there's going to be a point at which I'm helping you chop this faster because you're just going to like make a huge notch in the tree, and then instead of you having to knock it all the way through, I'm just going to like yank the tree down instead of it timbering over.
Well, that's really hard. But I think what's going to happen is
Yeah.
that you're holding the tree down with your ropes will allow him to work faster without worrying about the tree falling on him.
Fair.
Okay, that works for me.
Mhm.
So, am I cutting this tree down, folks, or
I
got
think
a better
so.
option?
And I'm helping with writing.
Yeah, I think at this point, even if you decide not to, you're going to trigger the trap.
Hmm.
Excellent.
So succeed or fail, you're going to trigger the trap.
The trap is the tree.
If you succeed,
Time to avoid the trap.
you're only going to damage this tree. If you fail, you're going to kill all the trees as you start cutting down the tree. The mouse jumps to the next tree. You start cutting that tree down, and so on until you kill all the trees.
Good times. Excellent.
You won't necessarily chop them all down, but they're not going to survive.
So, what's my obstacle here, Mr. GM?
Wood cutting, huh?
Tree cutting.
Tree cutting.
Okay, actually, I need to look this up. I wouldn't put it past Luke Crane to have both wood cutting and tree cutting.
I
There's
think
just
we
tree
looked
cutting.
this up before.
We did.
I think we looked this up before.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
just
you're right.
tree cutting.
It's just tree cutting, which is good. I would have been a little bit like, all right, come on, man.
We're going to say it's...
Wood cutting is tree
Abs-
cutting, but for dwarves or some nonsense.
Well, orcs get tree pulling
Yeah,
instead
that's
of tree cutting.
what I was subconsciously thinking of. Yeah.
It'll be abs 3.
Okay.
I could say
Abs.
abs 5, but I don't think that's reasonable. Let's say
So-
abs 3.
Okay. Tree wise,
Sure.
and just to be clear, so if I succeed at this intent, the mouse are on the ground, right? Or like, can they?
Either
still
way, the mouse will be on the ground.
Okay. Cool. All right. Kelsey, you remember when you asked me why I didn't spend Persona? Because I have a lot of Persona.
This is where you're gonna spend that persona.
I'm gonna spend 3 Persona.
Wow, that's a
Wow.
lot of persona. Spend it. Let's see you. Let's see. You succeeded.
Boom!
Nice.
Finally.
And by very little. Yeah,
And
I get a
bum,
difficult
bum,
test.
bum, I get better at tree cutting.
Nice.
All right. So you start cutting the tree, and maybe right away you realize this isn't the healthiest of trees. But with all the rustling and the squawking of birds, you don't hear the low buzzing sound that begins to rise in the center of the tree. And
no.
No.
when the tree starts to splinter and crack, this swarm of hornets comes out of the tree, and it begins to swarm around all three of you.
Not the
Um,
bees. Not the bees.
How do I bees? um I wasn't helping. Can I not be in this bee swarm?
Um,
I was off
well,
the
the
side.
consequences were
Okay.
for Angel's failure earlier. You're
Okay,
into
that's reasonable. Just
yeah.
I'm just trying here. How do we get away from bees?
I mean, I just recently leveled up my speed. Now 5 instead of a 4. So
My speed is 3.
There's a small pond nearby.
Let's
tell you what,
jump into
let's
the
make a group
pond.
action.
Oh, hold on. Are these mices on the ground in the bee
They
swarm?
are. They have. So I think what happened was like they were jumping from tree to tree, like trying to keep you from cutting down any other tree but the trap tree.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have to be on this tree while you cut it down just to make sure that you release the trap.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you see the mice like jump into a pile of leaves from the tree. There were 3 of them up there.
I'm going for the mice. These bees can sting me. I'll take one for the team, guys.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm looking at my stuff too.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I got some fate. I got a persona. Let's ask the harvest goddess to spare us these bees.
Miracle.
It's a minor miracle. Should be fine.
They aren't bees, but they're hornets.
Well, even worse. Let's get rid of them.
That's just fancier bees that can sting you more than one time.
But it also means they don't like make honey or like contribute to crop
Bee society.
no, like crop pollination and stuff. Hornets are just assholes. That's how it works.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so
I'm extra allergic to hornets.
ooh.
Really? I
Yeah.
hope Ned's not allergic to hornets. Otherwise,
We're
this is
gonna
going to be
find
real
out.
bad for him.
Harvest goddess, we're trying to rectify a wrong these mice have done to us, and these hornets. Let them find peace somewhere far from here.
Okay, I'll give you a +1 for their prayer.
Okay. And I'm gonna spend my one persona. My obis.
I thought you said you had 8 persona.
No. I have a single.
Oh, that's
persona.
not the same thing.
No, it's not.
boy.
Not even close to the same thing. Very
Okay.
actually different.
So, Kelsey, if you fail this, it's just you're gonna get stung by the hornets.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Let's go. Can I invoke the night wolf?
Okay. Hmm.
How sacrilegious of you.
I know, right? This is just how I roll.
Ha 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 ha.
All right. If you realize you're only gonna be rolling 2 dice.
Oh,
this,
you
right?
know what? That's true.
Oh wait,
No, no,
no.
no.
You'll be rolling 1,
1,
2,
2,
3, 4, 5 dice.
Yeah.
Is that good enough for you? Okay.
I mean, that's
That's a
pretty
lot
good.
of dice. I mean,
Okay. So the night wolf wants.
I mean, maybe I'll just get stung a bunch of times and it'll be fine. But I kind of feel like pushing both of these magics together is sort of Ashland's deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if the night wolf can't tell the difference between bees and hornets either? Ruin our pollination cycle for the spring.
That would be terrible.
Is
That would
Ashland
be
Monsanto? No.
Amazingly terrible.
I don't understand this joke, but okay.
Well, because we were just talking about how hornets are different than bees and how hornets are assholes.
Because
and
I
bees are
accidentally called them
helpful.
bees, and you're like, no, they're hornets. And I was like, yeah, hornets
Yeah.
are assholes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Monsanto is killing the bees with Roundup.
right.
All right,
Also
so,
that.
so if you fail, there will be this dead tree trunk will be like a tunnel to the deeper levels of the dungeon.
That sounds actually good. Um,
Would you like to fail?
I mean, I don't want to fail. But I'm okay if I fail.
Okay.
Let's go. Are these dice will also explode because it was already open?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I
Okay.
think that's a success right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, four
You
more
got
successes.
4 more successes.
So seven successes is pretty
So this
decent.
is faith, huh?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you're trying to control the bees, or
I was trying to get them to basically find a new home without attacking us. The wasps or hornets. Basically,
That's
Is
one-
hornets different than wasps?
yes.
yes. Basically to get the hornets to like they swarm out of the tree, and instead of like stinging all of us, they just sweep past us in a swarm and go somewhere else. Live their little hornet
Okay.
lives.
I just want to see what the. It's on page 522.
525.
25.
Minor miracle. When it is dark, we pray for light. When sorcerers chant, we pray their spells are broken. When a blade is snapped, we pray it will be made whole. When
Okay,
blood
cool.
ebbs from the wound, we pray that it will be closed.
Sure. Yeah, I think you succeeded enough that you don't even get stung. Just. Yeah, I think there's this creepy sensation
Mm-hmm.
as like the hornets land on each of you,
Mm-hmm.
and like they're just about ready. Do any of you slap the hornets?
No, I'm jumping on the mouse.
Okay.
No, because I know I'm too moldy. That these
Okay.
hornets will hate me and probably die if they stay on me long enough.
Right.
I'm glad the hornets fly away. So
Mhm.
you don't aggro the hornets and they fly away, but it feels really creepy for a second. All right, so let's see. Ned jumping into the.
I like the idea that it's like one of those things where like you see the person who's like covered in bees, and like for a second, Ashland is just like covered in bees, and then they just like all fly away in a cloud.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they swarm on each of you. Like, have you ever seen bees swarm? It's scary,
hmm
and they just fly away.
Yeah. There's this one time, there was a swarm of bees that was they were going to hive in this tree like around the corner from my house, and that's where we usually park when there's guests that come over, is like underneath that tree. And so I had wound up going in one of my guests' cars somewhere, and we come back, and between when we left and when we came back, an entire swarm of bees had got this tree. So we open up the door, we like go and we park, and then we're like, what's that sound? What's that sound? And then we like look, and like the tree is like full of flowers, of course, and it's like coming up just like right over the truck. And I look out the window and I realize the flowers are moving because it's just filled with bees, and I'm like, let's go park somewhere else.
Good
Mhm.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah, they usually don't bite you, but it's really scary.
I
I,
would.
I thought you would say like the bees were going to like swarm in the car. I was like, just burn the car.
No.
Just burn the car.
I mean, like, I don't mind bees at all. I mean, for the most part, but
Same here.
I do not
Yeah.
want to aggravate them when I don't
Mhm.
need to.
Yeah, we
I
used to
fucking
have
hate yellow jackets. I love
Oh,
bees.
Oh,
I
yeah.
yellow
hate yellow
jackets are
jackets.
bad.
yellow jackets are even eviler than hornets, probably.
Mhm.
They're.
Uh,
I looked it up on Wikipedia. Apparently, both yellow jackets and hornets are different types of wasps.
Yeah,
mhm.
it's kind of scary. Like
Hornets are
I think
the largest type of wasp.
I think the type of bees are the only real life animal categorized by their aggro range.
You know,
Uh,
that's pretty. That you're not wrong.
you don't hear about aggro range for wolves or for snakes, but for bees, like they will follow you a certain distance,
Mhm.
and you should know what that distance is
Yeah.
before you decide to play with them, at least.
I mean, there's also like these fat carpenter
Don't play
bees that live around my house too. But I mean, they're like this big, and they're fat, and they're black, and they don't even have stingers. But they're
Mhm.
um
Bees.
my cats, well, usually the neighbor cats like to torment them, and that's not very nice.
Well, they
Doesn't-
found the one kind of bee without stingers.
Right?
Yeah, good work, cats. Well played.
Well played.
Pretty much.
Well played.
Mhm.
So yeah, I heard Ned was going after these mice now that our hornets, I'm not gonna say friends, have moved on in peace.
Yeah. You're just gonna jump in the piles. So like these are leaves from last year too. So they're kind of moldy, and there's like worms and bugs in them.
As you
I'm
do.
at home.
Yeah, I live in the woods. I don't care. I lived
Okay.
in the woods for like, let me see, how long was I a hunter? Oh yeah, I
Oh,
lived in
yeah.
the woods for 5 years. I'm all set.
These are very moldy leaves.
Mhm.
So okay, you're just gonna jump right in.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
wanna
I'm-
use your-
I'm basically like a blight druid, right? Yeah,
Sure. I guess
because
you're
I'm
using-
moldy and I have several animal companions.
Are we both jumping in, or is Esteban just jumping in?
I like to think that just I am. I'm just like mold. That's fine.
You're not even going after the mice. You're just gonna roll around in it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you're not going for the mice, I'm gonna go for the mice. Like,
All right. So I know what the obs is. You're doing hunting, right?
I guess.
Okay. It'll be obs 2. If you fail, I guess the mice will get to attack you.
Okay. I don't think I have any forks here, folks.
Oh.
Definitely not being stealthy.
Not really.
Yeah. That's all. Ooh, can I get advantage die for having Jinx help me?
Sure.
Jinx is pissed at these mice because they stole his house originally.
They're pretty pissed. Yeah. Jinx will help you.
Cool. All right. Let's see what we got here. Base op 2.
Oh. So yeah, the mice will attack you. They get to attack you. They will stab you with their little pointy swords, which don't do much damage, but they are poisoned. So give me a fort test.
All right.
Let me see here. The fort test is against obs 3.
Oh no! Oh no!
How's
No.
your fort?
4.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
So you start to feel sleepy, and also like, so as you like you're scrambling around in the leaves, and you feel like these pinpricks in your arms, and you pull out your arms. Like, it looks like nothing's wrong with them, but you start feeling kind of like dizzy, and you look over to see Jinx, and Jinx is like plowing through the leaves, like just throwing them up, and you see three little mice revealed, and it's just like Jinx standing over the mice, and the mice are like staring at horror at the uh, uh, the little mouse costume pinned to his chest, and then they like the three mice like jump on Jinx.
So am I incapacitated or?
Yeah, you're incapacitated, but Ashlyn and Esteban, you can save Jinx if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, we should definitely. I think we should probably do that. Well, I mean, we need to get the mice. Ashlyn's gonna try to grab Jinx and get him out of there.
I'll try to help, and if I have like a bad hold on Jinx, or if I'm like pushing Jinx closer to the mice for some reason, then I'm just going to toss Jinx up into the air towards Ashlyn,
So Jinx wants to stay and fight
so
the
that
mice.
Ashlyn can, yeah.
So you get like a +1 obs from Jinx resisting. What do you do? Like Jinx wants to stay and fight the mice. You just throw them.
Yeah, I
Don't
think
be
so.
a
Because I don't.
hero.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, whoever wants to be the lead.
Why don't you do it, Esteban? Since
That's what I was
I
thinking.
have a plus. I mean, this means that you're the one, like you're the one actually in the leaves in the mold, and you're grabbing him and then you're tossing him to me, and like I'm catching him and keeping him out of harm's way, basically.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. If you fail, the mice are going to call for help.
Reinforcements.
Makes sense. What kind of test do we think this is? Is this?
And you're just throwing Jinx, right?
Yeah. There's a throwing skill.
You want to learn that? Are there any skills you have or you want to learn?
I don't really care about learning throwing that much. So
How
maybe
about
we just like
animal husbandry? Because you're trying to deal with an animal, Jinx.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
Okay.
I think animal husbandry is like slightly different than animal handling, though.
I mean, I don't really see is there an animal handling skill? No. It involves the raising, care, and breeding of animals. You're taking care of Jinx. Sure as pretend.
Sure.
It's like you found one of your sheep, about to get stung by a rattlesnake, right? You're taking care of it.
I have like the word I want to use is compunctions about that, but in the positive context. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that real good. Cool. Let's do animal husbandry. Let's fork in. I mean, I feel like you did this. Wait, I don't have sheep wise.
Well, that's good because
Weird.
sheep aren't in this situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Turns out monkeys, sheep, not the same animal.
They're not.
Uh-huh.
Not the same animal.
I've been lied to
Uh-huh.
all of these years.
I was going somewhere else with that, but sure, you
Unless it
guys
was
can
an
be
albino.
assholes.
If it was an albino monkey and had white fur, you could say it was a sheep.
Okay.
Sheeps have tails.
For that, I'm not going to spend Persona on this. What's my obstacle?
Hmm. It's an exotic animal, but that'd be nice. Let's say it's let's versus you against the mice. How about that?
Okay. So I'll
Uh,
just roll.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Boop.
Oh.
Ball.
That's bad.
That is rather bad.
Did you? I mean, did you take the die from me helping you? I don't see an extra die there.
No, I didn't.
I don't think it's gonna help, but yeah, maybe it will.
Yeah, I should roll that at least. Nope.
No. I think their base ops
Well-
is still.
Routine tests.
Yeah.
We're learning things.
Okay.
Wow.
Oof.
So
These
Jinx-
mice.
Yeah.
Gray shade brawling mice? What?
Oh, did I have Gray Shade? I'm sorry.
Yeah. They should only have one. They should only have one,
One
success,
success then.
which is
You're right. They
still,
only have one success.
which is still more than 0.
Mhm.
Sorry.
That is true.
I meant to click on fight. I just
Mhm.
must have misclicked. But they would have had one more dice, but that's fine. They got enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jinx gets poisoned, and like you throw Jinx, and Jinx is like got this little dagger stuck in his chest. But another one of the mice pulls out like this tiny whistle, and he blows on it, and you hear this like really shrill, loud noise.
Like almost imperceptible.
No, it's very loud.
Okay.
And you hear an answering call from above you. It's like the cry of a hawk.
Yuck.
Okay.
Let's run, y'all.
No, we can still get them. I didn't want it to come to this, but
I'm gonna take the javelin and pokey at the pile of leaves to get the mice,
Wow.
get the
Okay.
mouses.
All right, you use your javelin skill, and they'll roll their fight skill. If you win, you will destroy the mice the mice on the ground. And if you fail, they will poison you as well. You have to make a fort test
Brilliant.
against their poison.
Okay. And I think we determined last time that because of the magical javelin, I just get a +2 to my skill.
Gray shade weapons do gray shade damage.
Okay, so I just do
Which
the regular
means-
skill, but then they do gray shade damage.
Right. Which is basically means anything that's not supernatural dies from any sort of hit.
Perfect.
We're not rolling damage, so that's why I said just roll gray shaded.
That makes sense.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that
Yeah.
then.
So roll gray shaded and get +2 dice.
And get +2 dice?
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
I'll take
And
it.
then
Take
they
it.
will be getting 2 dice for teamwork.
What's my, my ob is whatever, based on what they roll.
Yeah. You have odds of 5.
What?
That is a crazy good roll.
That's a pretty good roll.
What? That's a redonkulous roll is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh. Dang.
No.
Challenging test though.
Yeah,
good.
that's true. Get a challenging test. There wasn't even a 6 there. I couldn't even.
No.
All right. Well, I guess I'm poisoned. Let's make a fort test. It's
Yep,
3.
odds 3.
Ooh, fort. There it is. No modifiers. No Artha. Base ob 3. Go. Oh well. Brilliant.
No. Okay. Oh, you should roll an extra die.
I don't think.
I don't think wounds should apply to this.
Oh.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
All right. All right. So yeah. So yeah. You try and chop up the mice, but there's just too many of them, and one of them stabs you in the leg with its poison sword, and pretty soon you're passing out. So Esteban,
Mm-hmm.
you standing there, you're watching both Ned and Ashlyn like woozily stumbling about. Jinx is already passed out, and you feel like a rush of wind behind you as you hear like the hawk in the air crying out as it dives at you.
Mhm.
What do you do?
I'm under a bunch of stress and duress, so I'm gonna sing my heart out.
Okay.
I'm going to just like sing.
Save us with
A
your
s-
song.
You
Mhm.
know what's really too bad? It's too bad that Esteban was a drug
Human.
addict for a depressant and not a stimulant, because otherwise he could just get us right back up.
So I'm just like, there's people getting like poisoned around me. All my friends are, and Jinx is poisoned and all this nonsense, and I'm just like, it's okay, we can still get out of here. I'll take care of you. And then I just like burst into the song about like daring adventurers and like getting out of deep trouble and yeah, running through forest and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and tropes and tropes and tropes.
See, I was thinking you'd be singing that song, I Will Remember You, because we're fucked.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then I'm just making the song up on the fly, so I like start eventually like I'm like improvising, so I'm like leaning on what I know.
Mhm.
So eventually at some point the song is just going to turn into me advertising for Max's candles. Talking about how great the candles are before I switch back into the first verse again.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Because the candles can be the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah.
So if you succeed, the you'll be fine because the mice will appreciate your singing, and you'll also bring help. If you fail, the hawk falcon thing is going to carry away Jinx.
No. Excellent.
I will remember you.
All right,
Want
these are
some
adventurer
candles, want
mice.
some wax, buy some candles made by Max.
The adventurer mice have a will of 4. That's your obs.
Mm-hmm. Can I fork Chandler because I'm
Singing about
singing about candles?
Okay.
Oh, I love it. Let me see if I have anything else. I don't think I do. I have Sing Wise.
Yeah.
I have Snooze Wise, and there are people who are following down around me, taking a snooze. I'm going to have to corral them into getting on horseback.
Okay. Just this once.
Okay.
Man, Golden, I'm not complaining. I very much like it, but you are so much nicer about forks than I am when I run this game.
Mhm.
I mean, you're trying to save the friends who are asleep, so sure.
Yeah.
It's actually makes
Some sense.
adjacent. It's actually adjacent to sense.
Yeah.
It's adjacent to sense.
Adjacent to sense.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm gonna spend a persona on this.
Okay.
Base obstacle 4.
Oh.
And look
That's
at that.
a really
3
good
sixes.
roll. Oh my gosh.
Thanks, devil.
3 6s.
Mhm.
Okay. So the falcon like swoops by you, and as it goes, you look and you see like there's a little mouse in a harness, and it's just instead of attacking you, it swoops down, and the three little mice jump up and they grab like the falcon's legs, and they all fly away to safety.
That's actually so badass. Oh my god.
And the hawk is just coming down, and as it's doing that, I'm just like ducking under cover. We'll look at one another, and I'm like reaching for like all of my friends.
Oh. Well, that puts us at about the 2-hour mark. So I think with the adventure mice getting away and more than half of us unconscious.
Look, we didn't get the TPK.
Might be a pretty
We're
good
good.
place to take a break. I need